All right, everybody, this is my April update video. I did a short one a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and this is just the one for April, what I got going on. I hope everybody's out there safe with this coronavirus going on. I get a lot of texts, or I see a lot of texts about guys that are staying home and not doing anything. And I understand you got to stay home, but at least do something around the house. The biggest thing is a lot of guys are putting on weight. A lot of people are putting on weight. The one thing that I have done, and I've actually dropped 10 pounds since I've been on this quarantine, is I cut my carbs. I don't consume any carbs since last about a week and a half ago, and I dropped 10 pounds like that. But guys, what I do too is I prepare my meals on a Sunday, barbecue them on a Sunday, and then I'll ration them out, and I'll eat those during the day, and it's mainly just protein. Steaks, I'll eat a lot of deer meat, axis meat, and a lot of bacon wrap, backstrap, stuff like that. Chicken, a lot of chicken, salads. Try to keep my carbs down as low as I can get them, and you'll find out that you'll actually feel better, because what you're doing now is because you're sitting there watching TV or watching videos, and hopefully not the news, and you guys are just you don't have any way to burn any calories unless you're getting out and walking. I see a lot of people in my neighborhood actually walking around, a lot of couples walking around. Stay away from the groups that kind of stay together. We did a lot. That video that I got coming up next week, we're out hitting the DeMarinis, and we had a couple of motorcycle cops come up in the parking lot. They just looked at us, and didn't do anything. Had 3 people hitting, and they came around the back and just stood there, watching us. And then the park guy came up later on whenever they left and said, "Hey, you guys can't be here. They're shutting the whole park down." And I didn't want to get in an argument with him. Like, we're not together, we're far apart from each other. But he just said they're shutting the whole park down. I don't want to argue with him. But what we're going to do, and I see a lot of people on video doing this, is we're going to find a place. I need to finish out the reviews on the Dudleys, on the DeMarinis. And these, I want to talk about a couple of these right here that I just put in here. This is a Denny, and I want to talk about the loads on these bats. And I'm sorry, Larry Carter, but this is the Larry Carter. I'm sorry, Larry, but this is not really a mid load. It's actually like a light end load, and I'll tell you the reason why. This is a 27, and I'll give you the numbers on my bat here. On my the numbers on this 27 is you got an end load of 16.7. You've got a handle weight of 9.7. Now that's a 27, and it's supposed to be a mid load. Now you have, which is going to be my gamer this year, unless I decide to go to the Larry. You got a 16.7 and a 9.6 handle weight. Guys, if you look at that, they're almost the same swinging weight. The only thing you have different is look at the 12-inch compared to the Larry on, I guess that's a 13-inch, which is very close to. But you have the same swinging weight. So Larry, I'm going to start calling your bat a light end load. It's not a mid load, because usually mid loads will have that handle weight a little bit higher. But the one thing good about DeMarini with what they're doing is they're taking a lot of weight out of that handle. They're getting a lot of performance. I've heard about these bats too is they're cracking early. We've had one that cracked. We have 5 in total, maybe 6. We have 6 in total, because Billy's got one of my other ones. We have 6 in total, and we've cracked 1. The one thing we do get is we have a seam separation on every one of them, and the seam kind of goes, it's not straight across like the Adidas. It actually goes in an angle like this, and the Micans will actually go spiral. They'll kind of go down like this. With this one, the seam kind of goes it's not straight, it's just a little cross. But great performance on these bats. And like I was talking about, I just need to have one more round of BP, and I'll tell you exactly where I'm going to put those bats. Both bats will rank in my top 10. Just tell you guys right now, a lot of you guys are waiting for the review. This is just a little spoiler alert. Both bats will rate in my top 10. And if you guys will, I love the bat. I love the way the bat sounds. It's very quick to get there. That's another thing too. It's not like the Nifong or the McCarran. It gets there really, really quick. But you can feel it kind of when you first start swinging it. You can feel it gradually change and start getting better. I think in this next round, we've got about 300 swings on the Larry and about 350 on the Denny. Both the bats we're getting are 27 ounces that we're swinging. Billy's got a 26 ounce Larry. He's got a 26 ounce Denny. He loves them. He's been swinging them. He actually called me the other day and asked me for the Larry, the 26 ounce Larry. I'm gonna get that to him. But I'm swinging the 27 ounce Larry and the 27 ounce Denny. Bubba is not allowed to touch these bats. He's the one thing I will say is he does cut the ball, but when he's feeling good, he'll blow the bats up. And like I was talking about, they do get a seam separation on them. And once they get that seam, it'll actually start off about an inch. And once it starts going about 4 or 5 inches, we put them away. That'll be our gamer. Is usually how I work the seam separation thing. And another thing too, I did a video about the seam separation. I really don't know these umpires coming up in this year, because we are going to start playing, I guarantee you, in the month of May. This is all going to be, this is just my opinion. I'm not no expert on this shit, but I think in the month of May, the first tournament that we are going to be in is Reno. And another thing too, guys, you guys always, everybody at the beginning of the year, including me, I'm always slow getting started, even though I do prepare during the off season. But nobody, and because of the weather, but nobody should have an excuse now. Get out there, do something in your house. If you guys can't get out, do walking around the block. If you guys get it. One thing too is get sun. If you guys can get in the sun, I have an 82-year-old mother that lives with me. I get her out in the sun every other day. And not a long time, just to get a little bit of sun on her, and then go back in the house and go back into her room. She goes in the backyard at least once a day. She takes care of the plants, the birds, or whatever. But at least she gets out. Same thing with everybody else out there, guys. I get out. I do stuff in the yard by myself. Get some sun. If you guys have sun, get some sun, is what I'm saying. I'm going to put a hold on these two bats, these two right here. For one, I haven't heard back from them, and I really don't know why. I've actually ordered a heavier weight. When we first started swinging these bats, we weren't happy with them. And I think one of the main reasons we weren't, because I don't like the way they're loaded, and they're lighter bats. I want a heavier bat. So I put in a request to get a 12-inch heavier bat. I have not got it back yet, and that was 3 weeks ago. This bat right here gets a seam separation on it. I don't have a problem with that, because a lot of bats out there that are made nowadays have a seam separation. So this one's got one. You can see it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll kind of move it around if you guys can see it. It's a crack. It's not a crack. It's a seam, which a lot of guys you call a crack, but it goes straight there. That's just where the seam meets right there. Bat's hot. Bat's good. I like this bat. Performs very well. This bat, I think we need to go up and wait to actually get any kind of performance on it. I just don't like that, man. That just kills me. I used to bitch and moan about Mikan used to do that shit, but not as bad. Mikan had that little divot in it. I don't like that. This bat coming out right here, I like the way this bat forms. It's just going to take a long time to get there. We don't have time. We can't sit out there and hit because of all this quarantine thing going on. So I'm kind of moving bats around with priority, because the DeMarinis, we can break those in pretty fast. I have been asked a few things before I get too long in this video. I have been asked to put the weights of the swinging weights that we're using in the video. I'm going to try to get the guys to talk up when we do the video and tell you guys what we're swinging, because a lot of you guys, I guess, are looking at these on your phone or on a laptop, and you can't, and not on the TV, because I got a TV that I look at this stuff on, and you can see everything when you pull it up on a TV or your home TV. You can actually see where the balls land too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the weights, and I'm going to put the at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you the exact swinging weights of the bats that we swing, so you guys can put 2 and 2 together. You just don't have to listen to me. Like, you can compare the swinging weights of these two bats right here, which are basically the same. So Larry, like I said earlier, you have a light end load. which caused the Denny has like a max load, like it's got a big load onto it. So if you guys are buying these bats, you need to think about that whenever you're buying them. Is the Denny has a good, I like the way the Denny is loaded. It's got that big mass on the end of it. But if you swing at a 26, stay with a 26. It's just the way I think. Let me see what the hand weight of that. Like here's the Denny on a 27. It's a 17.2 end load on the Denny and a 9.2. I love that 17.2. That's a big end load, guys. That's bigger than the Big Cat. Just so guys let you know, that's bigger than the Big Cat, this year's Big Cat, the 2020 Big Cat. And I'm putting those numbers at the end of all the videos. I'm going to kind of put those in there. A lot of you guys are starting, and I like that. A lot of you guys are starting to go to those videos. A couple of things I want to get to. And this, I'll end with this one. If anybody's got, this is just, I got a question. I'm going to put it out in this video. If any of you guys have an orange Big Cat, remember the orange Big Cat? It was the Platinum, I think it was, a 26 or 27. PM me or get a hold of me. I have somebody in Fort Hood that actually wants to buy, a military guy in Fort Hood who wants to buy one, and he's looking for a 26 and a 27, and he can't find one. The last thing I want to talk about is I have a bunch of, not the last thing, I have a bunch of videos coming out, guys, and they're the daily videos, and I think I'm running into all the way till this Friday, maybe this Thursday, on behind the scenes, and then after that we don't have any new video because we haven't hit. But once we find a place to hit, we're going to get out there and finish up the video on the DeMarini. I have a bunch of videos coming out just on question and answers, just stuff I can do out of the truck. Talk about things, talk about vitamins. Another thing too, guys, during this time, you know, stay up with your vitamins, your vitamin D. You know, if you're really getting out every other day in the sun, you really don't need the vitamin D. But I constantly take a vitamin D every day. 5,000 IUs a day is what I take. K2, guys, I'm going to do a whole separate video on K2 on what it does to your, it helps clean your arteries in your body. So I'm going to get in a whole separate video about that. A lot of you guys that have congestive heart failure, a lot of you guys that have plaque in your arteries, K2 is great for that. Plus diet, you know, no more carbs, get away from your carbs. A lot of you guys are so focused on fat. It's your carbs and your sugars that are kicking your ass. And another thing, like I said, stay away from the sugar, stay away from the carbs. You guys want to stay on this quarantine and stay at home. Cut those really back, really hard. A lot of eggs, bacon eggs in the morning maybe, is what I'm doing to cut all the carbs. A lot of protein in that. There is one other thing I want to talk about, and then I'm done. And Easton. You're not going to believe how many people have contacted me about Easton. And I really don't want to. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got on a message board. I think it might have been Facebook, and I asked for an Easton. And I even said I would put it in front of the line if a rep contacted me and got me one of those bats, a Ron Parnell and then the other end loads. I'll do the balance later. I want to do both end loads. They're talking about Ron Parnell's got a heavier end load, and then the next one, the other end load. I have PayPal, guys. I would have bought. I even said that I have PayPal. I'm waiting. I'll put that bat in front of the line. Fucking 0 reps called me, and that was a month ago, guys. It's on Facebook. You can go look at it. I'll put that sumbitch in first in line. 0 reps called me. Easton's the only fucking company that's ever done that. I'm paying for them. I'll pay you. I'll give you the money. You don't have to give me a fucking price break. I don't give a shit. Well, today I got a hold of somebody that was with Easton. They're sold out. They're not going to start selling them until all this quarantine goes away, which is another month, from what I've heard. You know, 1st of May, we're going to start getting rid of them. Let's start selling them again. Well, here's the deal, guys. Fuck all that. If anybody out there has got a 27-ounce Ron Parnell and a 27-ounce end load, I don't even know the name of that bat. I want the 1-piece and I want the 2-piece. I got PayPal. I'll send you the money. I want to start hitting that bat. I want to put that right after the DeMarinis because I'm not doing the Onyx for a while. The Dudleys are going to take a little longer to get broke in. So I'm going to stick right after I'm done with the DeMarini. Easton's going to go right there. But if anybody's got one, can you get a hold of me? send me one. I'll send you some money. I need a Ron Parnell 1-piece, I think is what it is. And then I need a 2-piece Enload too. And I'll start that up and I'll start doing video on it and have us talk about it and give you guys my opinion. A lot of people are asking me, a lot. This is the biggest request I have actually got. First was a DeMarini, 4 months ago. Now it's the Easton. Everybody wants to hear about the Easton because of all the hype that's going on out there about the Easton. So guys, if any of you guys know somebody's got one, want to get rid of it, I don't care how many swings. If it's got swings on it, I don't care. I want to swing it. And I'll let you guys know what I think about it. All right, that's it, guys. That's the April updates. Everybody be safe, and I guarantee I'll see you back on the field coming up in May. And everybody take care of yourselves. Thanks, guys.